Rebecca Brand, and today we're going to make classic mashed potatoes. This is not the diet recipe. This is the most luscious, rich mashed potatoes ever. And it's so easy, let me show you how you do it. The ingredients for this recipe are potatoes. Today I'm using brown russets, cream, this is heavy cream, but any kind of cream will do, butter and salt, that's it. So you gotta peel your potatoes, obviously, for this dish. For this recipe, I'm using 4 large brown russet potatoes, but if you have red potatoes or white potatoes or Yukon Golds, anything in potato land is good for this recipe. From past experience, this is going to go in the trash or in your compost pile because if it goes down that pipe, the plumber is going to be visiting me soon. And so cut your mashed potatoes in big hunks and into a pot it goes. If you're in a hurry, you can cut these in little tiny squares and you'll be ready lickety split. So I'm going to add water to just cover the tops of my potatoes. If I do more than that, it's going to take longer for that water to boil. So that is just going to be enough for me. Voila! Turn your burner on high and add 1 tablespoon of salt to your water. Put a lid on it because it'll boil faster that way. And that'll come to 212 degrees in about 5 to 10 minutes. Then I'm going to cook it for another 20 to 30 minutes till it's really soft. And the bigger your potato hunks are, the longer it's going to take to get really soft. For that creamy richness, you need to have butter and cream. But you need to heat this up, so I'm going to melt this butter. Okay, that melted. To this 1 cup of butter, I'm adding 1/4 cup of the cream, 1 teaspoon salt, and I'm going to mix that up. I'm going to add this mixture while I'm mashing those potatoes, but I'm going to have to heat it up again. Otherwise, those potatoes get really cold really fast. It's been 20 minutes. Let's check to see if they're done. So you got to take your fork and you got to do this. You got to stick it in and see if they fall apart easily. If you get any resistance, forget it. Keep it in there another 5 or 10 minutes. I'm seeing this is very soft. See that? It's really flaking out. I put a strainer over the bowl and I pour that water because we're going to warm that bowl up. If you don't, you're going to have cold mashed potatoes by the time you get to your table. Now check this out. This is going to heat your bowl up. See the water in there? It's warming it as we're talking. My favorite way to make mashed potatoes is with a food mill, but you can also use a ricer, and that's what this thing is. But this tends to do the big quantities that I usually cook for my friends and family. So put in your metal blade concave down. And the way you know that is when you feel it, you feel the grooves up because that's where it's going to get the mashing. All that action's on the inside. So put your metal grinder in and push the handle in here so it grips your grooves. There, that's how it's going to go. My bowl is now hot now. I can feel it. So I dump my water out. I put the food mill on the bowl. It's great. It grafts right onto there. I keep my potatoes over my pot because that's still retaining heat too. And I have heated up my butter and my milk. So this is hot. It's a real art to keeping those mashed potatoes hot for your serving. Put in a few of your potatoes into your food mill and give it a good grind. Add some of your milk and butter and grind it again. Round bowls are easier. This scallop-shaped bowl is giving me a little trouble today, but I like the way it's going to look on my table. So then do your next batch. Pour in some of your milk and butter and grind again. This is how the ricer works. You put in some potatoes into that and you just flip it over and press. See, look at that, isn't that cool? But see, there's all the heat escaping. That's why everything's got to be hot. But this little guy doesn't seem to hold enough potatoes for me. So it takes me like 3 times the amount of time to use one of these guys. That's why he gets neglected in the drawer in my kitchen. And this is the old-fashioned way. Just a normal kitchen masher. And you mash it up. But this one always gives me some lumps. So that's why I go with the food meal or go with the ricer. Now pour in the rest of your butter and milk. And then when they're all riced or milled or mashed, you stir them up and incorporate all that butter and cream into it for the most creamy mashed potatoes ever. You want to make sure it's perfectly salted, so take a little taste. Now that was perfect with that 1 teaspoon. You can add pepper if you like pepper, but I'm not a spice girl, so always pass on that. That's fabulous. Now it's time for my portion. And everything is better with butter. Oh my gosh, I added extra. Don't give me a ticket. That is amazing. It is so fluffy and creamy. So enjoy your mashed potatoes and make them for your family all the time. They're delicious. Bon appetit.